Happening now, Childress city residents say they're furious after the city cleaned out the Childress cemetery.
Residents say they had to go through the landfill to find their stuff, while the city says there were rules on what they can and cannot put on their families' plots. ABC 7's Natalie Granda has the story.
They come and tear everything down.
Childress's Mary Strickland comes to the cemetery to remember her loved ones, and she says her memories were thrown away like trash.
This is where we come to pray and cry and let them know that we miss her, and then they come and destroy everything like this.
Several Childress residents came this week to the city cemetery to find their plots with nothing.
We had a hard time finding my husband's mother's grave because the things were gone. He had made his mama a iron cross, and it was directly behind the tombstone.
And many had to go to the city's landfill to find their belongings.
It was just so saddening, disheartening. It just killed me.
The Childress Cemetery Board says the city gets complaints often about the many residents not maintaining their cemetery plots.
I think their reasoning is to just try to get it to where they can keep it clean and looking nice. And I'm very sad that people have lost their belongings.
The city says there is an ordinance displayed at the cemetery that's been in place for a while regarding what you can and cannot do with your plot.
We've had the regulations, it just hadn't been enforced.
According to Childress Cemetery rules, any monuments put on the tombstone must be on the stone apron or foundation, and the monuments cannot be taller than 36 inches.
Really, anything you put out there has to be approved by the sexton.
The city, board, and residents all agree on the lack of communication.
The problem about this whole deal was maybe a lack of communication. A lot of people say they didn't know, they don't take the paper. Irregardless, it could have been handled differently.
The city will bring up the cemetery issue at next week's city council meeting on Thursday. In Childress, Natalie Granda, ABC 7 News.